Hello and welcome to the Define Edge YouTube channel. In this video, I will discuss about one interesting breath scanner you should look for a sector perspective. So ये एक basically point and figure breath scanner होगा and in the point and figure when the prices are in the column of X, it is termed as bullish. When it is in a column of O, it is termed as bearish. But one sector where most of the stocks are into the column of X, they tend to be into a stronger trend because they generally take whole sector into the positive momentum. Well, not wasting much time, let's jump onto the scanner and I'll explain in each detail how you can execute this into your investing journey or trading journey. So for the scanner, we'll be looking at the R zone. And if we go to the breath scanner, the first is PNF breaths. So if you see over here, there is a X percent, DT is double top percentage, and XO is anchor column. So most of the stocks went into the X column. They generally may happen that after a downtrend of O's, they may have taken a slight bounce back and moved into the X column. But when these are into the double top buy, which means they have turned into the bullish scenario. And anchor column are basically minimum of 15 X's into one column are known as anchor column. So here I'm not looking from a short-term trading point of view, but if you think the sector is good for 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, then it's worth investing into or staying investing into these sectors. So what I'll do is I'll take the box size instead of 1%, I'm taking it as a 3%. So if you are using candlesticks or bar chart or line chart, it's basically weekly, monthly charts trend where I'm taking on to the 3%. Now we have NSC sectors which are available by the NSC, and we have defined sectors as well. So we have around 64, 65 defined sectors which are equal weighted sectors. So basically equal weighted means where we, if there are, say I'm taking Nifty IT or probably defined as IT. So what does NSE sector does? NSE allots certain weightage to the stock. So in fear TCS Wipro may have higher weightage, persistent LTIM or probably Coforge may have lower weightage. But in defining equal weighted index, we are giving equal weights to each and every constituents of the index. What does this mean? That when say Infosys run rallies around 10% or TCS rallies around 10%, the Nifty IT index you may see that as they hold higher weightage over here, so you may see a strong positive momentum. And at the same time, say Coforge has a weightage of around 2% or LTIM has a weightage of around 1.5% into the Nifty IT index. And if they rally 10% and Infosys are down or TCS is down by 3%, you may not see index into the positive side. At the same time, when you see defined as equal weighted or any equal weighted index, they are given equal weight. So if in case 10% increase, so 10% into the 100% of the index. So it will move the needle accordingly as per the 10% weightage. So coming back to the breadth scanner over here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 3% over here and I'm just looking at this, clicking on the scan button. So around 16 sectors are there. It may take around 5 minutes to scan out whole stocks. And by the time it scans, I'll just explain you. So over 3% breadth, there are four columns over here. As I said, over 3% breadth on X, 1% on double top, 1% on the bullish anchor breadth. So these what this scan will, this will scan 3% on first. I am doing 3%. Where are the stocks into the X break. Second, we will do a double top buy onto the 3% will by clicking over here. That will scan, though it may take slight time over here because we are scanning 69 sectors over here. And second, will scan those which are into the 3%. Or you can also do that, take 3% express, look at the 1% double column, which you are using top down approach over here. So I am taking sectors. I am looking at the short term breakouts over here onto the 1% DT, which is double top by 1% anchor column, which means this structure is into the bullish column on the short term charts as well. So if you want to use top down approach, yes, you can do this. Now it has scanned. I'll segregate by more percentage onto the index over here. So if you look, define as tires, define as defense, define as infra, these three sectors are holding around 80% bullish stock. Now, what is the second step you should do? Okay, if in case you want to stick with this top down approach, where I'm looking at a bigger picture with the positive, shorter with double top buy. And if you look at 50% of the stocks are into the double top into the tire, 50% stock into the anchor collar, bullish anchor, which means the sector is strong, very, very strong over here. Now, if you want to invest, we have come up with a new feature or new product into the our Definage basket, which is Momentify. So what I'll do, I'll go on to the Momentify. I will look at the investing strategy. In case you want to create your own strategy, if you have your own strategy, you can select the necessary fields. And when you are clicking into the groups, look at the Define Edge. As I said, we said Define Edge tire. So if I just go on to the Define Edge tires over here, you can select Define Edge tires. Okay, and you can run whatever. In case you want to try out without investing, we have around virtual Momentify as well, where you can look and select the trading amount. Okay, this is the Define Edge tire, and you think tire industries can be bullish for 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years probably, then look at, you allocate the amount, number of stocks you want to, because if you want to check out Define tire, what are kind of stocks, you can go on to the performance table, select Define tires over there. You can all the list of stocks which are into the Define sector. Okay, so in case there are 8 stocks, so you can select number of stocks as 5, 4, 3, whatever, and allocate the amount accordingly. Okay, there is exit trend. In case you want the sample strategies, okay, just click on to the sample strategies. Okay, we have created more sample strategies over here. If you want to keep with large cap, mid cap, and if you want to understand what the strategy is about, click on to the about strategy. Okay, it will direct you to the Definage library page, where we have written everything about momentum into the library. So what is ranking, what are number of stocks, what is rebalance period, what is momentum period, what is retracement, what is breakout, everything. And as I said, this was MIP 12 strategy. What does the strategy components are? Breakout, retracement over pullback, ranking, relative strength, market filter. You can just go on to the each and every strategy, or in case you want your own strategy to be created, you have an option to create your own strategy. As I said, okay, go on to the my dashboard. It will help you to create strategies, whatever strategies you wish to, be fundamental, be it technical, investing, everything is readily available. Just you try out. In case you don't want to, you are not confident on your strategy, and don't want to deploy, at least try out the virtual strategies over here. Try out for 1 month, 1.5 month. If you think I'm very much confident on my strategy, start with real money. Okay, you have options of virtual over here. So yes, this is the one of the simplest way if you want. And as I said, in case if you want to calculate onto the DT percentage, where most of the stocks are into the double. If I just go on and if I just scan, now the scan is done. Now look at, we have 3% X breath, we have 3% DT percentage. So if I just go on to the click on the X breath over here, or if I segregate over here, now we have around defense stocks with 68.4% on 3% double top buy. Okay, out of whatever stocks, the percentage. Okay, so now into the X column, 3% on the double top buy is the defense. Now you can look at the defense stocks, same Momentify, try to do it moment onto the Momentify, implement these strategies, do virtuals. You get to know how these things are. And the best advantage of here is Momentify is because you are not doing anything with the mind. Everything is system based. So when the markets fall, when the market rise, you don't have that fear and greed coming into the picture. If the system says exit, exit. There is an option of rebalancing over there, which you can do monthly, whatever you time frame you wish to decide. So we have these option of rebalancing as well. Okay, so if you look at the weekly, monthly, and quarterly rebalancing, whatever period you wish to do rebalancing, do this. So our idea of creating momentum is Momentify is your, you should be your own fund manager, because what does mutual fund does? It takes money from you. The fund manager invest accordingly based on his system. You can be your own fund manager, and by using this Momentify, I think your SIPs or into the mutual funds might flow into your own fund using this Momentify. So this is one of the strategy you can use to select the sector and looking at the long term perspective, and looking at the stocks into the defense space or tire space or whatever sector you wish to think. Anything fundamentally you think that the sector may see a strong comeback, look at those sectors, use this Momentify platform, try at least with the virtual in case you're not confident with your own strategy. But our motto is be your own fund manager using Momentify. Signing off, Vijay Jiwati.